What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Last week we went over a press complex that we're going to be revisiting today, and it is a push press into a push jerk followed by a split jerk. Last week we had you climb. This week we're going to be climbing as well, but we want you to end at about 5 to 10 pounds heavier than the weight that you ended at last week. So Kelsey is going to be demonstrating this for us today. I'm gonna go over a few points of performance for the push press, push jerk, and the split jerk. For those of you who have not been versed with the barbell, today is a good day to practice that. Don't worry about the weight. For those of you who just need a little bit of a refresher, here you go. So she's gonna go through the whole complex for you one time at normal speed, and then we're gonna break it down into individual segments. So we'll start with a power clean to the shoulders, must be able to get it to the shoulders, and then she will add her push press, re-rack, followed by a push jerk, and then followed by a split jerk, and a recovery, and good. And that is the full complex. We'll be getting 5 sets of that. Don't start counting your sets until you get to that heavy weight that you started at last week. And like I said, we need to end at something a little bit heavier. We will be revisiting this next week, so make sure you keep count of your weights. If you're just practicing and going for control and technique, then that's okay. Maybe you want to add just a tad bit of weight whenever you revisit that next week. So this, of course, will start with a power clean. We won't dissect that too much. I just want to go over this rack position from where we'll be starting. Notice that this bar is resting on her shoulders. Your elbows will be at about a 45-degree angle from the bar. All right, they don't want to be super down underneath that bar. That'll cause this to break away from the shoulders. You also don't have them way up, squishing into your neck, somewhere in between so that you can get some good power on that press. So from here, I'll have her put her feet at hip width, and she will dip with her chest upright. So I'm just gonna get you to dip and hold. Good. Notice that she didn't lean forward. So if you lean forward, you'll notice those elbows will dip, and then you'll probably end up on your toes. This is gonna have some consequences whenever we go into that press. You'll be a little bit forward and lose control. So from here, she's gonna dip about 3 inches, and she's gonna explode with the hips, pressing overhead, and to lock out, making sure that core is tight, head is through that window, elbows are stacked, and that bar is in the middle of her body. So then she will re-rack. So once again, for the push press, it's going to be a quick dip, press overhead, all that momentum is going to go up through the sky, pressing, locking out, good to go, good. So now we will move on to the push jerk, which is going to be very similar to the push press, except we're going to drop under the bar to catch that load. So from here, we'll start just like the push press with a quick dip, and then from here, we'll rapidly extend against the floor, and as that bar comes up, she's gonna drop into that catch position, and then stand tall, good to go, good. So the push jerk will be used whenever you get to heavier weights that you can't necessarily push press. In today's instance, it will be after you have already push pressed and your muscles are a little bit fatigued. So notice once she rapidly extends from the hips, she's done all that she can to get momentum onto that bar, and then she's using her speed under the bar to catch it and then stand that weight up. So one more time, quick dip, jump, punch, and stand. After that, we'll add the split jerk, which will be just like the push jerk, except she's gonna be splitting her feet instead of leaving her feet side by side. So same dip as the push press and the push jerk, and then once she rapidly extends, she will split, catching a good half lunge position, step back with the first foot, and then up with the second foot, and then we're back to where we started. So one more time, quick dip, punch, recover, good to go, and relax. So a couple of things, when we're dipping, make sure you keep that weight on the heels, because if you're on your toes, that bar is gonna get in front of that frontal plane, and then whenever she punches or presses, that bar will be over her toes. Actually, we show them one of those.
One on my toes?
Yes, dip on your toes and then press. So when she dips, she's a little forward, and then when she presses, the bar goes forward, and then she's catching up to that. That's not necessarily where we wanna be. Also, whenever you catch your push jerk, make sure those feet don't get too wide. I'm okay if you get into a squat stance, so you'll be going from a jumping stance to a squat stance, but try not to get way out here into this horse stance. Show one of those. A lot of people have this problem. Get super wide. Those with poor shoulder mobility may be familiar with this move. Also, with the split jerk, Whenever we get there, make sure you're moving your feet far enough and you're dropping that knee low enough. So I'll see a lot of people not really split those feet and they're scared to get under the bar. It might look something like that. Good. Notice how her back leg is straight. We don't want that. So make sure that knee gets about halfway down into that lunge. Ready, go. Stick it, hold that position. You can stay there until you get your balance and then we can recover. Good. That's your complex for today, guys. Make sure you're working on that technique. If you don't want to go heavy, that's fine. Work on it. All you need is a PVC pipe, a broomstick. The weight doesn't have to be heavy. You can use an empty barbell. And then when you get comfortable, you can add on that weight, trying to get heavier than we did last week. See y'all out there.